It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Moda Center, the place, and the Portland Trailblazers will be on their home.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
On the floor for the visiting Boston Celtics.
It's the Celtics from Boston who find themselves on the road here today for an interconference battle. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. You look at Portland. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
And when you look at Portland, they've started the season on a high note. We thought it may take a while for them to kind of find their groove, but it doesn't look like they're going anywhere here or any concerns about growing pains.
Yeah, I think that growing process has already taken place. This is a team that already knows what its identity is and where its strengths lie.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for the Celtics, Markieff Morris is out there with Gordon. And there's Dwayne Wade. And there's Porzingis. And it's Lowry in at the point.
And you look at all the accomplishments, all the great moments from Wade's career. No doubt he is going to the Hall as soon as he's eligible. One of the greatest two guards to ever play.
Now here's Mills. He had 10 points in the win against the Lakers. They get it back. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Outside, Porzingis. Gordon a screen to the paint. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And it's shocking when you look at the numbers that Wade has had over the years. He never won an MVP award. Certainly, Greg played like an MVP in some of his seasons.
But the rest of the accolades are there for D. Wade. All the trips to the All-Star game, the first team, all defense, the all-NBA teams. But most important to him and his legacy are the 3 NBA titles.
Partway through the season, some rookies are starting to hit that wall, that imaginary rookie wall. Doris, what can they do to power through it and continue?
You know, Kevin, I think this is where having the great leadership of veterans who understand what these young guys are going through, and then they help them, right? So they understand, one, nutrition becomes important, so that's part of the conversation. Getting the appropriate rest, right? You can't go burning the candle at both ends, and so much of a rookie's experience or a young guy's experience in the league is shaped by the veterans around them.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Picked by Griffin. Cousins with a screen on Lowry. Back to Robertson. Just 5 to shoot. Looking to end the drought. Cousins, no good.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
And here's Wade. Outside, Porzingis. Back to Wade. Shoots from 14. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Wade's got his second basket of the night.
And not just sustaining the lead, they're adding to it.
Right, and this is precisely what you want to do. Build up the lead and keep the pressure on.
Now, here's Mills. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist by Porzingis. Lowry's got his first 2 points. Trailblazers trail by 10. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
The The other thing it does, Greg, it opens up the floor, right? The other team had zero answer for their outside shooting in that one.
Here's Roberson. The pass to Aminu. Here's Roberson. Wade is covering. Here's Aminu. Tries to save it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Wade with it. Passes to Porzingis. Back to Wade. Outside Lowry. Gordon with the screen for Lowry. Outside Gordon. 5 to shoot. Off target with his 3.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
Well, I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
Here's Cousins, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And Cousins really is a fantastic post player. Once he gets the ball in a spot he likes, he is going to score.
And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. It's the Celtics up 11. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, you know, he played, as did Blake, for their dad, Tommy, in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. It doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
On the court for the Celtics, Gordon out there with Porzingis. Then there's Markieff Morris. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Lowry in at the 1. And if there's one weakness for the Celtics, it's rebounding. Last season, Doris, one of the 5 worst teams by rebound rate.
Right. They're not worried about their offensive rebound rate, Kev. They want to get back in transition. But to me, it's the second chance points for their opponents where they need to be better.
Aminu misses. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against Utah.
You want to talk about a fantastic finish. That game had a little bit of everything and then a little bit of extra in overtime. So it was a great, great win for him.
Robertson dishes to Mills. Outside Griffin. Here's Aminu. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Fellas, Al-Farouq Aminu has established himself as a great defensive player, and he wants that recognition. He said, my goal every year is to be Defensive Player of the Year. I want to guard 1 through 4 and even 5 sometimes. I want it to be known that I'm a great defender, and I want the league to recognize that. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Aminu continues to prove his worth on the defensive end. His length and quickness certainly hard to deal with. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
And that's true. The officials used to be pretty lenient on those, but not anymore.
Doris, we have so many bigs that are playmakers, even though their position doesn't say they really should fall in that category. but we do have a lot of guys that can pass, that have size and operate down low. Who, in your opinion, tend to be some of those names under the radar?
Well, I go to Marc Gasol, who is an all-star center in the NBA, but what his value is, he's increasingly become comfortable with a guy who they want to take 15 to 20 shots a game. But the beauty of Marc Gasol is the unselfish nature of his game. You can stick Marc at the elbow, enter the ball through him, and you know something good is going to happen. He's going to make the right pass. He's going to lead to the pass that leads to the pass that leads to the score, or he can get his own offense. I think for me, maybe the under-radar guy in terms of playmaking have to be Marc Gasol.
Outside Griffin. Cousins, it's good on the putback. Cousins has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Trailblazers.
They're just tremendously physical. Cousins not afraid to rearrange some furniture in there.
Porzingis passes to Lowry. Kicks it out to Gordon. Launches it. Busted. No good that time either.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
And Mills kicks to Cousins. He dishes it to Robertson. Oh, Griffin in position. Leaps for it. Porzingis with the steal. Wade outside to the inside. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses. Outside Griffin. Here's Robertson. Got it up.
You know, that's a great example of how Porzingis can use his length to bother a shooter.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. Things were going Boston's way from the beginning. A smoldering performance for them early as they shut down everything defensively and were clicking on offense, going 10-0 to start. After a well-executed first quarter, they held the lead by 11. After a tough, hard-fought... That's it for now as the second half just about ready to go.
High above downtown Portland, you get the great idea of the beauty of the city, folks. Welcome back, everyone, to the Pacific Northwest. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down. Trailblazers trail by 11. We've got Mills, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Griffin. Then there's Al-Farouq Aminu, and it's Robertson in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Oh! That is just nasty.
The athleticism on that finish.
Nice.
Cousins has gotten it done so far from the field tonight, making 4 of his 6 attempts. Wade kicks to Porzingis. He feeds it to Lowry. A 3 from Morris. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Morris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, one of the more valuable things in basketball, bigs who can stretch the defense. Morris, one of those guys.
Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Well, Brad Stevens started his own preseason coaching summit in Boston. This guy is clearly dedicated to his craft. He's dedicated to learning from his peers. He is always watching games from every different angle to try to learn.
And rumor has it Brad Stevens used to keep a pad of paper for every TV in the house to sketch plays that he saw in games.
Well, those were the old days. Now he can just text an assistant with the game and timestamp, and then he reviews a marathon edit of plays for things he can use. Oh, the beauty of technology.
And Mills kicks to Aminu. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Screen by Cousins. 6 to shoot. for Porzingis. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from DeMarcus Cousins.
Great beginning to this second half. Now 3 for 4 from the field.
Lowry kicks to Morris. Now Lowry, he has 5. A 3 from Porzingis. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Yeah, I think when you look at what Porzingis can do on the offensive end of the floor, you see why he is so dangerous, right? He's got a great perimeter shot. He's got unbelievable size and a great release point. And he has good control over the basketball, can put it on the deck and create for himself or his teammates. That's a lot to offer.
To the right side. And Roberson kicks to Griffin. Back to Robertson. Cousins dishes to Aminu. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
Out to Morris. Screen by Porzingis. They set the screen. Lowry's shot is good. And Porzingis, who is well on his way to being one of the bigger stars in the NBA. You know, Doris, he can handle the ball well as he won the skills competition. You saw it at the 2017 All-Star game.
Yeah, and I think if you were watching the Knicks during the regular season, it didn't surprise you. Porzingis is a guy who knows how to get some space with his jab step and his dribbling ability. His vision is improving, and to me, it looks like he has the ability to be an elite playmaking big at some point.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Aminu kicks to Mills. There's 47 seconds left in the third. Griffin passes to Roberson. Aminu, no one around him. Sinks the triple. Aminu's got 6 points.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Porzingis kicks to Gordon. Outside Lowry. Takes a 3. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. To the middle. Porzingis with the block.
This guy's showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Celtics have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
And he's good on the second.
What a story for Markieff Morris, taking exactly 1 pick before his twin brother Marcus back in 2011.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Celtics lead by 7. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right?
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. Celtics leading by 7. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. They've got Porzingis. Markieff Morris is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Lowry. And it's Wade in at the 2. Gordon outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Gordon's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Boston.
And piling on to that big lead, we know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
You always got to D up on the perimeter. When you don't, this is what happens.
Griffin a screen on Lowry. Screen by Cousins. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. On the wing, Morris. He's covered by Aminu.
Well, this is how Morris makes his living. Lethal on the mid-range jumper.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Doors, with so many one-and-dones entering the NBA, do you think expectations are too high for these guys, especially from the fans?
I don't, Kevin. I think it depends on the talent that we're talking about. You know, I know Joel Embiid is a guy who didn't necessarily start right away, but when he was finally able to be healthy, it certainly didn't take him long to become a factor on the NBA level. No, I don't think the expectations are too high. I think these guys are accustomed to expectations, and frankly, their personal expectations are probably higher than ours.
I mean, look at the elite of these high school kids have been playing like in front of big crowds on a big stage for so long. It's second nature to them, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He said, guys, I know you've worked hard. I know you're a little tired, but we got to dig deep right now and find a way. Take a deep breath, and let's get it done. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
And it's Gordon missing. Trailblazers trail by 12. Mills dishes to Griffin. Kicks it to Robertson. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here. It's going to send DeMarcus Cousins to the line. It's on Porzingis. And the free throw, no good.
And Cousins, with his physical style, always among the league leaders in free throw.
And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Screen by Porzingis. 1:51 left in the fourth. He kicks it to Gordon. Feeds it to Lowry. Shot clock at 6. Banked in off the glass. Lowry's got the lead up to 12 now for Boston.
If you allow Kyle Lowry a head of steam, it is very difficult to stay in front of him. No stopping him on that drive.
Here's Cousins. In-chance shot. Porzingis with the block. 1:19 left in the game. Now here's Wade. Left side, Porzingis. A three from Morris. No good on that one. Now Portland takes it the other way.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Boston.
Their superior ball handling, 1 at 4.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10. And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Porzingis.
Boy, his defense is what stood out to me. There was a no-fly zone around this guy all night. He contested every shot in his area and sent a few back.
Back to Lowry. Outside, Porzingis. Gordon with the screen for Porzingis. Morris inside. Cousins is there. Right side, Lowry. Left side, Porzingis. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Cousins with 45 and 30, Aminu with 18, Mills and Griffin both with 6 points and 6 boards, Robertson with Kevin Love. Oh yeah. Lowry with 30, Gordon with 27, Porzingis with 24 and 18, Morris with another 18 and 12, and Dwayne Wade with 12 and 9. But went out, Porzingis also had 9 blocks. Just kind of shot from just outside the paint. I guess that works.